Number 33, Kevin Roach. Number 55, Clinton Roach. 58, Ben Freeman. 86, David Brown.
Dynasty is not a word thrown around in sports very often, but if you are lucky enough to make the list, it is forever. UConn women's basketball, Southern Cal baseball, the Dallas Cowboys, and the current New England Patriots. There is no question that on this list of Kansas sports dynasties is the current Bishop Miege squad, tonight seeking their 27th straight victory, 2 games after winning their 4th consecutive Kansas State title, currently the 22nd longest high school streak in the nation. Tonight, the Stags host the Jaguars from Blue Valley West on their drive for a 5th state title and a 27th straight win in their home opener. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as 810 Varsity presents the Dynasty Bishop Miege Stags and the Blue Valley West Jaguars. Good evening, folks, and welcome into Friday Night Lights. I'm Chris Candler on 810Varsity.com alongside Kevin Ritz and our producer Gracie Terrell. As we mentioned at the top, Miege won their opener up against Blue Valley North last week after struggling in the first half but controlling the second. They take on a West team that led into the third quarter against Mill Valley, a team ranked 14th in this week's 810 Varsity Top 25. And on an impressive outing by junior wide receiver David Brown in his 3-touchdown performance. Miege started slow last week, but quickly let running back Bryson Cobbins, the 5'7" sophomore running back, have a day with 202 yards and 3 touchdowns. And let's talk about something near and dear to our analyst tonight, Kevin Ritz. The quarterbacks in tonight's game, senior Sam Pedrati, he threw for 2 touchdowns last week and 129 yards passing, and frankly outplayed Blue Valley North's Graham Mertz, who the commit from Wisconsin, and then Blue Valley West's quarterback Greg Riddle, the southpaw, who threw 3 touchdowns last week in the 50 and plus a 50-yard touchdown. Kevin, what do you see in the quarterback position tonight?
You know, what I want to see from the quarterbacks, especially from the junior over at Blue Valley West, you want to make sure you control the ball. Miege can get on you in a hurry, so you want to control the ball and limit turnovers. And for Miege, for Pedrati, if I'm him, I'm hoping to turn around and hand the ball off to Cobbins a lot tonight. Once you get that guy going, it makes playing the quarterback position a whole lot easier. Things start opening up down the field, and if I'm him, that's what I want to do. Get that run game going, open up some play-action passes, and get it out in space to my athletes out in some space. So that's what I'm looking to do as a quarterback tonight.
Just about ready to kick off. Miege will be kicking off to Blue Valley West. They'll be going left to right on your television dial. Miege in the red shirts and gray trousers, and the Blue Valley West squad, the Jaguars in white on gray. And one away. Wobbling kick going to be taken at the 15. Now to the 20. He's get wrapped up, taken down. That was Will Reimer, who took it about 15 yards, and we'll see the first look at the Blue Valley West Jaguar offense. That's led by Greg Riddle. Also keep an eye out for David Brown, the wide receiver. He had 3 touchdowns in receiving last week. And they will start from the 22-yard line. I formation. 3 wide receivers to the right side, 1 to the left side. Shotgun. Riddle. Right up the middle. Modest gain of about 3 or 4. So they're starting out with the running game there. Ball will be placed at the 26-yard line.
And it looks like West is going to want to push the pace a little bit, going no huddle right out of the gate.
Hundley in the backfield. Riddle in the shotgun. 2 to the left side, tight end on the left side. Riddle's going to get the ball. Shuttle step to his right. He'll be met at the line of scrimmage. Actually lose 2 or 3 on the play.
And Miege's defensive line had a really good push there. They pushed the front 3 of Blue Valley West about 2 yards in the backfield, and the running back had nowhere to go.
Two plays and just about 2 yards. 3rd and 8 just underway in the inside minute of the first quarter. Bishop Miege taking on Blue Valley West. Miege, the number 1 team in the state. Number 1 team ranked in the 810 Top 25. Riddle, 4-step drop over the middle. Intended for David Brown, couldn't connect. So 3 and out for West on the incomplete pass.
Miege was able to put a lot of pressure on Riddle there. He threw off his back foot. His timing was a little off. Throw was behind the receiver, and he ended up on his backside there.
For the Stags, back to receive is going to be Jalen Scruggs. He stands at the 40-yard line. High end-over-end kick. Scruggs going to take it about the 43. Meets a defender at the 50 and crosses into Jaguar territory. They'll start at the Jags' 49-yard line.
And Miege gets the start they wanted. They flipped the field. They've got great field position going in, and with a strong run game, they're right where they want to be.
So give a chance, first chance to look at Sam Pedrati and Bryson Cobbins. They really put on a show in the second half last week against Blue Valley North. Pedrati will stand alone in the backfield. He's got 2 to the left side, 2 to the right side. Now in motion goes Cobbins. Cobbins will take it, shuffle off to the right side, across the 45, and drag down at the 42-yard line, Bryson Cobbins. We were talking last week, keep an eye out for that very first shutter step to the right side or the left side, and he just explodes from that step forward. It's something to keep an eye on tonight. Outlet pass to the near side. Caught by Philippe Wesley.
Stags pick up their first down. Let's see if they want to push the tempo here after that first down.
And they do. They go no huddle. Quick pass. That's to Hudson Bentley. Shakes the defender and pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Wow, that left tackle, he got out there pretty quick and put a big hit on the cornerback to open up that lane for Bentley.
Cross the 20-yard line and be down about the 19. So Bentley with a reception. And it is 2nd and 7. 9:27 left to go in the first quarter. Stags are on the move. This will be a handoff to Cobbins. Cobbins shakes at the line, still on his feet down to the 10-yard line. Bryson Cobbins.
The Miege line is getting a great push right now. He had no one around him until he got about 5 yards into Blue Valley West's defense.
So they are down to the 10. Cobbins will get it again and go nowhere, maybe about a yard and a half on first down. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll call it at the 9, so another yard for Cobbins. Cobbins last week had 202 yards rushing, 210 total yards, and 3 touchdowns. He made the 8-10 varsity team of the week. That was too easy in the back corner. Philippe Wesley for a touchdown. There's nothing really fancy about that one. I mean, that was just run to the corner and I'll throw it to you.
He got the one-on-one matchup on the far side, faked the handoff, rolled out, and it looked like Wesley just beat his man one-on-one for an easy touchdown.
Pedrati stays in at kicker, or at holder. Kick is up and it is good, so 7-0 early. Miege up over Blue Valley West. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back here on 810varsity.com.
Chiefs checking from Community America gets you closer to the game. Is there any better way to get closer?
Hey, man. Go long. Chiefs checking from Community America.
Back inside Dixon Dahl Stadium on the campus of Bishop Miege High School. Bishop Miege, the Stags, up 6-0. I guess the kick was no good. I didn't see that. Totally missed that part. Twitch color paying attention. Nice job.
Your color analyst didn't do much better. Well, then again, that's your job. I know.
Okay. Counting past 6 is usually pretty hard for me.
Not to point fingers.
No, I understand. I see how this is going to go. That's no problem. End over end kick. It's going to taken as a grounder, tipped at the 16 to the right, now to the left, and he will go back down at the 16. So no gain on the recovery. And they're going to start with a long field again on the second series of downs for the Jaguars. It's a lot easier when you have a 49-yard field versus an 82-yard field.
Yeah, Miege is making it a little tough on Blue Valley West considering how far they're going to have to drive again. Winning the special teams battle so far are the Stags.
Riddle went 3 and out on his offense. He's going to have a single man in the backfield. That's Edgar Hunley and 2 wide receivers to the right side, 1 to the left side. From the shotgun. Quick one-step drop, quick outlet pass to the far side, and that is downed. Looks like that's going to be Will Reimer. And they're going to go no huddle. And that's going to go nowhere.
Not a lot of push-ups front so far for Blue Valley West. You'd like to see Hundley get going. He's a big physical back. You'd like to see him get out in space, maybe take on a linebacker or D-back, make a move, and see where he can go, but no push so far. Stags defensive line holding strong. I liked what they did getting the ball out of Riddle's hands quick on that hitch route. Let's see if we can get that, maybe some more easy completions so Riddle can get in a rhythm and see if they can keep moving the ball down the field.
Now taking some time, 7:35 left to go, and there's a whistle. And looks like zeros on the play clock. Might have been too much time. So they'll be moving back. And it'll be 3rd and 8 from the 19. So far, Riddle 1 for 2. 3, 4-step drop, under pressure. He's going to lay it short, incomplete. He was hit pretty hard by that defensive line. They got a lot of penetration that play, and it's going to be another 3 and out for the Jaguars.
It looked like Riddle wanted to come near side there. He didn't see options 1 and 2 open. By the time he was able to look to 3, he had a couple Stags bearing down on him, and he had to just get rid of it there. Smart not to take the sack, though.
Andrew Pendergrast is the kicker. And back to receive for Miege will be... I got rain in my window. I can't see who's receiving. That's all right. Pendergast. Short, high, wobbly knuckleball, and that's going to go out about the 40-yard line. Ref's he's not being generous. He's going to walk it to the 40, and the 36, and the 35, and call it the 36-yard line. A net of not very many, 18 yards. So another short field, and this is the team that you really don't want to give a short field to.
Yeah, when you got an offense like this from Miege, you don't want to do them any favors by giving them only 36 yards to the end zone. So let's see if Blue Valley West defense can make a stand here, get some push, see if we can get some pressure.
Pedrati and Cobbins in the backfield. Cobbins will get it. 3 steps up to the line. He'll be across the 20 or 35 to the 34-yard line. A quick little run for Bryson Cobbins.
Great push by the Jaguars defensive line there. Cobbins was met in the backfield. Didn't have anywhere to go.
Call it gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Now Cobbins in the eye. He'll get the pitch to the right side. Trying to turn the corner, and does. Stays on his feet for another couple of yards after the first contact. He'll be down to about the 30-yard line.
And he's tough to bring down. He reminds me of back when Priest Holmes used to play. You rarely saw anything go for negative yards back then, and it looks like Cobbins always is fighting to get positive yardage.
Yeah, and when he breaks one, he really breaks one. There's a swing pass out to the outside, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. Really quick and easy. Wesley on the reception there. And that'll be across the first down. Now Cobbins across the 20 to the 15. Down at the 10-yard line, drugged down. Bryson Cobbins, and that's exactly what you were talking about. He met, what, 2 series of defenders, and boy, he just blasted right through him.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, once he makes that cut, and he'll cut again, and then he'll get going really fast out of those cuts, makes him so difficult to tackle.
Cobbins all the way down to the 10-yard line. First and goal. Now Cobbins to the left side, trying to turn the corner, and he will. Touchdown, Bryson Cobbins. Touchdown, Bishop Miege. Cobbins' first touchdown of the day, his 4th touchdown on the season.
And Cobbins has given him a mix of inside, outside. You saw a couple inside running plays on that series. You saw a couple toss sweeps. That time he was just faster than everybody and able to beat them to the corner. Looks like we're going
for 2. A lot of good downfield blocking, too. They are going to go to 2. Cobbins across. They're going to say no good. Down at the 1. Cobbins disagrees, but they're going to call it a no good. So 12-0 your score. First quarter, 5:38 left to go. Yeah, I think the real story so far has just been the short field that Miege has gotten and the ineffective offense so far.
Yeah, you'd like to see the Jaguars try to get something going, get that big running back going, have a few timing routes for the quarterback to get going as well, or else you're going to keep giving Miege short field position, and they're going to take advantage of it like we saw there.
And we haven't mentioned the weather, but, the weather, this is a passing team, the Jaguars, and so the weather could come into play today with a wet ball, and you're trying to air it out. They had a 50-yard passing play last week. This is not exactly a passer's weather system that's going over us. It's the remnants of, Tropical Storm Gordon.
Right, and as a quarterback, the 2 things you hate the most are rain and wind, and we've got a little bit of both of those tonight. Still some sprinkles coming down. A heavy gust of wind just went through, so it'll be tough on these quarterbacks.
It is starting to feel like football season, and so that's pretty cool. Received at the 15, up to the 20, 25 across, down at the 27-yard line, and that's where the Jags will get their 3rd chance. Gene Price on the carry there. To the 27-yard line. So a little bit better field position for the Jags.
The Jags would love to pick up a first down here so they can get more than a 3 and out, get a lot of plays called, and get some rhythm.
Riddle and Hunley in the backfield, man in motion. That's Will Reimer. Reimer across the middle. They're going to try to go right at the line of scrimmage, and that's kind of a gutsy play. It's a high percentage play, but they couldn't bring it in. They tried to get David Brown the ball. Not sure what he was really going to do with it once he caught it, but
I think Riddle might owe Brown an apology. He left him hanging there a little bit. The last thing you want to do as a quarterback is leave it high, and Downing looked like chopped him in half.
There's a handoff. Up the middle is Hunley. Hunley into the pile. Gain of about 2. But still, this offense is yet to record a first down. I formation. 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right side. 3-step drop. Now to the far side, and that's going to be incomplete. Nice defense by the Stags, and that'll be another 3 and out. Their 3rd series in a row with a 3 and out.
Yeah, it looked like Riddle was a little more comfortable in the pocket there. He held in. He found the receiver that he wanted. Made a pretty good throw, but excellent defense by the Stags there to swat that one away.
So Pendergast and Jalen Scruggs back to receive. Almost blocked. Scruggs squeaks out of his hands.
Oh, looks like West has got the ball. Big turnover there. And now the field position has flipped. A huge play for the Jaguars there. Special teams counts. It's a third of the game.
And that's a huge play because the Jags just needed something to go right.
And now you keep that Miege defense out there on the field for longer. Hopefully you try to get them tired. Keep feeding that Hundley the ball. See if he can get rolling. Or, if you're Blue Valley West here, big turnover. Why not take a shot downfield? Looks like we got one-on-one near side here. Maybe they'll go take a shot.
High formation to the left side.
And here's the
flea flicker. He's got him deep.
And there it is.
Connected with Brown.
Turnover. Wow.
Down to the 12, down to the 11-yard line. Yeah, they took a home run swing right there.
Looks like they caught Miege on their heels there. And, of course, right out of the turnover, coaches love to go for the big play. Blue Valley West had something special drawn up, work to perfection.
Now up to the 5-yard line.
Oh, he just ran.
Down to the 2, still on his feet.
3 people.
Hundley. Touchdown. Touchdown, Blue Valley West.
And wow, that was a strong physical run. It looked like Jerome Bettis running people over. Maybe for a more familiar reference, Bam Morris of the Chiefs. Just powering his way into the end zone. Big contact at the line, ran him over, ran a linebacker over, and stretched over the goal line. That was an incredible play there by Hundley. And Chris, that whole turnover there really changed the
huge
momentum.
Play. And now you're just about to go within 6. You're within 6, go within 5. Kick is up. And it is good.
And now the special teams battle seems to tilt in favor of the Jaguars, getting the turnover, making the extra point. Extra points, they count, especially in a close game.
Especially in high school football. And so now, Blue Valley West will have their first kickoff of the game. 4:12 left to go in the first quarter. 12-7 your score.
And this could be a big drive for the Stags here, looking to take the momentum back after that turnover. See if they can get that offense back out there, keep churning out positive yardage, and see if they can get the momentum back. If you're Blue Valley West, why not try to create another turnover here? Make sure you're grabbing, stripping at the ball. See if you can keep that momentum on your side and keep the ball bouncing your way.
Yeah, I think, you talk about short fields. That was a nice short field for West, and it certainly paid off. So all the touchdowns have been on short field so far, inside the 50. Wobbly end-over-end kick taken at the 17. It's going to be a reverse.
Fake reverse.
Going to keep it. Now to the 40. To the 50. Scruggs with the fake reverse. That was fun to watch.
It looked like the Jaguars wanted to keep it away from Cobbins. And it looks like Miege used Cobbins as a decoy there, coming around on the reverse. He faked it, made a couple guys miss. And wow, just like that, special teams playing a huge role in this game. The Stags are on the positive side of the 50-yard line. And again, with another short field. I don't think they've had to go more than 50 yards so
Nope,
far.
they've been on the Jaguars side of the 50 all three series. And Pedrati and Cobbins. Cobbins will swing out to the right, to the left side. Pedrati will now get on the move. Shed a tackler behind the line of scrimmage, make it across to the 45-yard line, and that's where Pedrati will be drugged down.
It looked like they wanted to set up the fake bubble screen. They've ran the bubble screen a few times. Looks like they wanted to set up the fake bubble screen, have that blocker release downfield, but the pressure came in. Pedrati could not find the guy deep.
2nd and 7. Cobbins, look at him go to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Bryson Cobbins, and just like that, Miege counters their touchdown.
And wow, what a counterpunch there. Cobbins, once he got even with that last man, you knew he was leaving.
A 43-yard touchdown run, second of the game for Cobbins.
So far, the formula seems pretty simple for the Stags here. Win the field position battle and hand it off to 22.
And looks like they're still going to try to go for 2. This is where you just throw the chart out the window. It's the first quarter. Don't worry about it. Just figure it out. Trying to make it 20-7 right here. To the corner. They won. They got a touchdown with that one earlier. And that'll be a 2-point conversion for Bishop Miege right there. So Bryson to Wesley on the 2-point conversion.
And again, Wesley winning that one-on-one matchup. They put him on an island out there. Faked the run, rolled out. He beat his man. Pedrati just put it right in the basket.
Miege has never trailed in this game, and they've only been down by 5 for about a minute and a half. As they extend their lead 20-7 now, up to 13 points. .320 left to go in the first quarter. We are still plenty of football left to go as the wind kicks the ball off the tee. Blue Valley West led twice in their game last week, but ultimately lost to Mill Valley. Miege, it was back and forth in the first half, and then they finally pulled away from Blue Valley North. Another short kick, going to be taken at the 15. Has a lead blocker. Sidesteps that one to the 25, now down to the 28-yard line. Fourth series now for the Jaguars, trailing by 13. But now with a little bit of pep in their step as they come back out, having found the end zone for the first time today.
Yeah, you have some of that success. Hopefully what you want as an offense is for that to be contagious. You want to keep doing the things that made you successful. You want to give the ball off to Hundley. See if you can let one of your athletes on the outside make a move if there's some one-on-one coverage, and see if Riddle can't throw it up to him.
Riddle and Hundley in the backfield. Play action. Now Riddle going to run. Slide down at the 33. Hit hard by 2 Stags.
They went with the play action there. Riddle, a little bit of happy feet. He might have had a guy down the seam, but didn't quite have enough time to hang in there.
Now he's going to swing pass to the outside. Looks like that one dropped. It is incomplete.
You'd like to see him catch that, make it a 3rd and short. Now they've got 3rd and looks like about 5, a long 5.
One step drop, going to try the same play. They've got Brown. Brown to the outside of the 45.
That right there was just taking what the defense gives you. It looked like he had about a 8 to 10 yard cushion there on the outside, on the far side. So why not check up at about a 6-yard hitch, pick up the first down, move the chains.
Moving the chains, first down at the 45. Handoff, still on his feet, almost to midfield, gain of 4 for Edgar Hunley. Hunley on the night. These are completely unofficial stats. 19 yards on 6 carries. That sounds pretty close. Another pass to Brown. That one's going to drop.
And those are the throws that, as a quarterback, you really want to make sure you're hitting. The defense is giving you 10 yards. It's a quick, easy hitch. You practice it all the time. But there's a lot of factors out there. Again, he's throwing in wind. It's cold. Cold means that the footballs are going to be harder and just not easy to throw, not easy to catch.
Big third down here for the Jaguars. Now he's under pressure, going to throw it out to the far side. Is that intercepted?
It looked like he got a foot in. He is waving it. It looks like an interception. And that interception, that was caused by the defensive line there. They got to make sure the Jaguars are giving Riddle more time, because right after he took his step, he had someone in his face, had to make someone miss. More guys are coming. Tried to throw it out of bounds, but was also trying to make a play, and the Stags come up with a big interception there.
Interception by Rishi Ratan. And they'll take over at the 34-yard line. Longest field of the day. First time they've been on their own side of the mid-stripe. Quick drop. Out to the near side, Hudson Bentley. Now Bentley across the 40 to the 42, and he'll go out of bounds. Just shy of the first down marker.
And you keep seeing big 54 Taylor Cotier getting out there and making some blocks. I know if I'm a cornerback and I see that guy coming at me, I'm probably getting out of the way.
Handoff up the middle to the 45. Looks like that's going to be good enough for a first down for Hunley.
And you see that the Stags are playing really conservative with the weather, really letting that dictate their play calling, it seems. You haven't seen any real deep throws, a lot of runs, a lot of screens, a lot of high percentage passes. Again, there's wind, there's rain, it's cold. So they're taking kind of a conservative play calling.
Gain of 3 for Cobbins. He remains in the backfield for Sam Pedrati. Pedrati now a 2-step, fake pump. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Get across the 45 and out of bounds somewhere between the 45 and the 50. Actually, he made it across midfield. So out at the 49. Nice little run by Pedrati.
Yeah, and Pedrati made a lot of plays with his feet last week as well, and that's what you like to see from a senior. He wanted the home run, had the pump fake. Didn't have his guy downfield, so he did the smart thing, tucked it, picked up 6, kept the ball, no turnover.
Gain of 7 for Pedrati. They lead 20-7 with 1:01 left to go in the first quarter. 3 wide receivers to the right side. It's going to tuck it and run. Wide open across the middle, down sliding at the 41. We saw that. He just says, well, that's just too much of a gift. I'm going to take that.
It looked like the Jaguars weren't quite set on defense. They almost had a busted coverage play there where no one was on the outside guarding Bentley there, but Pedrati took advantage of the little bit of lack of preparedness.
It's Miege's 9th first down. Cobbins to the right side. Now he's going to turn the corner across the 35. Down at the 33. And we've seen that time and time again today.
Even if, they're picking up big chunks of yards as Blue Valley West, you got to make sure you make the tackle when you get hands on Cobbins. Because if you miss one tackle, he can make you pay. So they're doing a good job on this drive, keeping him in front of them.
Gain of 8 for Cobbins. He is already at 99 yards on 10 carries. And 2 touchdowns. 3-step drop. Now, it's going to take it deep, intended for Bentley. Just overthrew him. Try to space out that defense a little bit and open up the run.
Yeah, and just as I talked about Miege going with a little bit more conservative play calling. It's like Coach John Holmes heard me saying that, and it looks like he's looked to take a couple of shots downfield now, really trying to open things up.
Did that look just like one of your passes when you were a quarterback here at Miege?
Right, so I did have John Holmes calling plays for me back then. This is now 10 years ago this fall. Man, I feel old.
Get in line, pal. End around, upended at the line of scrimmage.
But I talked to Coach Holmes a few weeks ago. He's excited to be back calling plays again. Justin Hoover, who's now the head coach at Shawnee Mission East, had those duties for the last couple of years. Coach Holmes has taken those back over, and let me tell you, he is really excited to get back to calling plays. One of the things he loves to do.
Into the first quarter, we'll switch it around, switch sides. We'll be right back here after 30 on 810varsity.com. Bishop Miege 20, Blue Valley West 7. Back inside, 20-7 your score. Miege up over Blue Valley West. Second quarter just about to begin. We have switched sides. And it'll be a 4th and 1 for Miege. Big play here as they try to continue their drive. Pedrati from the shotgun, going to hand it off to who else? Cobbins. He just needs a yard and gets 15, 20, still on his feet. Down at the 4-yard line, Bryson Cobbins. My goodness, what a run.
That actually looked like the backup Witten snuck in there. Took the most of that play, the advantage of getting the ball on 4th and 1.
Witten stays in. He's going to get his touchdown. Touchdown, Tyquez Andrew Witten. Apologies to Bryson Cobbins and Witten. That was all Tyquez right there.
Well, the way Tyquez was dragging defenders,
yeah, that was crazy.
Cobbins. Wow, nice change of pace back there to come in on 4th down, get the big gain, and just really wanted more there. He was dragging defenders on that long run.
Put 6 more on the board. Now 26-7, 11:40 to go in the first half. Going for 2 yet again. Pedrati, 3-step drop across to the corner, and he's got it. Hudson Bentley for the 2-point conversion.
And it looks like he's really been leaning on Bentley tonight. That's where he's going. His eyes right after he gets the snap. He's looking right at 19, and why not? 19's making moves. He's taking advantage of the one-on-one coverage. He's getting open, and Pedrati's putting it right where he can catch it.
28-7. 11:40 left to go in the second quarter. Boy, Miege, after that turnover and score by the Jaguars, has really taken offense at that and rattled off 14 or 15 points after the turnover.
This drive for the Jaguars here is going to be big. You want to make sure you can control the clock, run some clock. The last thing you want to do is have a 3-and-out, give it right back to that hot Stags offense. So you want to see the Jaguars come out, try to control the clock, pick up some first downs, and at least change the field. If not, get a touchdown, get back on the board. And if they can get back on the board, they'll be down just 2 scores and within striking distance.
Dylan Downing going to be taken at the 6-yard line. Now up across the 20 to the 30. And he'll be down at the 32-yard line. So we'll get another chance to look at the Jaguars trailing by 21. 11:30 to go in the second quarter. Riddle going to hand it off. Down at the 40. Hand off to Hunley. Gain of about 7 on the play.
Good push by the Jaguars O-line there. Big hole for him to run through, and let's see, it looks like they're going to try to maybe pick up the pace, catch the Sags off guard.
Second and short. Going to try a pass, and that is incomplete at the 45-yard line.
Looked like the receiver lost his footing there. Again, wet turf, not the easiest to make cuts on.
It hasn't been raining, but it's been, we'll just say it's been precipitating of some sort. I mean, humidity is about 0 or 100. What's a high humidity? 100?
100.
100, okay.
100. We're not weathermen.
Me and math are just not good. Hey, let's step away and take 30 on 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now.
Back inside Dixon Dahl Stadium on the campus of Bishop Miege. Miege all over Blue Valley West in just under 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. 28-7 your score. 3rd and 1. It's going to be a handoff to Hunley. Hunley's going to get that first down and a lot more to the 45 of Miege.
And it looks like Abe Lawrence has checked into the game in the backfield now.
And that'll be a handoff to Lawrence. Penalty on the play. Only the second penalty of the game so far. That's been a refreshing change of pace.
Some good football. That one came from the referee. More times than not, that's a hold. We'll see what we get.
I think they're going to just pick it up. All right, only one penalty so far tonight. I think as broadcasters, we're legally obligated to say that was in the vicinity of holding.
I think so. It was in my contract.
I listened to enough Kevin Harlan to know that's what that is.
Isn't he the best?
Well, he's a lot better than I am. I'll give you that much.
That's true.
28-7 your score. As if you guys needed to know that.
Just his call on that Monday Night Football game when they had the streaker out on the field, that was pure comedy.
And that was fantastic. Tried a fake handoff to Lawrence, and that is going to be a sack in the backfield, way back in the backfield. Place the ball at the 42-yard line. There you go, connected to the near side to Matt Cairns.
And Cairns did a good job of making that first guy miss. That's really important on those short bubble screens to break plays, but blocking downfield didn't hold up, and he was kept to a short gain.
And that'll be 4th and 7. They'll keep the offense on the field.
It's a big play here for the Jaguars. Riddle's looking over the sideline to get the play. Checking wristbands now, and they're ready. And it looked like they just tried to draw the Stags off sides there with a hard count. Stags stayed disciplined, didn't jump. Blue Valley West takes the timeout.
And we'll take a timeout with them. We'll be right back after 30 on 810varsity.com.
Get rid of that back and neck pain today. Westwood Chiropractic has been relieving Kansas City residents of pain for decades. Dr. Ken Downing has over 30 years' experience. Call anytime at 913-432-5678 or visit westwoodchiropractickKC.com. Westwood Chiropractic, health and wellness for the whole family.
You're doing great.
Back inside Bishop Miege High School. 28-7, 9:34 left to go in the first half. Miege and the Jaguars. Jaguars at a 4th and 7. They'll keep the offense on the field. Took a timeout just a moment ago.
A little bit of a surprise to see the offense back out here.
Riddle and Hundley in the backfield. Going to go for it all, and it's going to be out of bounds. It's Lawrence in the backfield, but intended for Brown, and it's going to be a turnover on downs.
And Brown looked like he had a step on his guy. The pass went a little too high and out of bounds. You like to see him make sure Riddle keeps it in the vicinity so that his receiver can make a play. That time, the ball sailed on him a little bit.
For Riddle, 3 of 12 today for 25 yards. And Sam Pedrati, who's heading onto the field right now, 5 of 6 for 50 yards and a TD. Pedrati. And Cobbins in the backfield. Pedrati looking for his man. Looks like he found him. Cobbins to the 50, 40, 35, 30. Still on his feet out at the 26-yard line. Bryson Cobbins on the connection.
And
man, he's fun to watch.
Just like that, the Stags flipped the field, and it looked like he pumped fake to the far side of the field, came back near side. They set up the screen to Cobbins. And, yeah, Chris, like you said, get that kid the ball in open space, and, wow, he is fun to watch.
32-yard reception for Bryson Cobbins, his first of the day. Hudson Bentley on the connection one more time.
And we've seen that one a couple times tonight, the short, quick pass to Bentley, and he's able to pick up some more yards after the catch.
Off to the far side is Cobbins trying to turn the corner. He'll be down past the 10-yard line, call it down at the 8. So nice run, positive yardage for Cobbins.
And Cobbins looked like he could have stepped out of bounds, but made a spin move, got a few extra yards. That's just hard-nosed football there. You like to see that.
Well over 100 yards on the night, 145 on 12 carries, and 2 touchdowns. Cobbins now looking for a hole, slips, and he's going to be met by the line, right back at the line of scrimmage. That's the first, I think that's the first play by Cobbins that hasn't gone for positive yards.
Yeah, I think you're right there. The Jaguars' defensive line did a great job getting in there, disrupting the play in the backfield, forcing Cobbins back inside to the teeth of the defense.
Low snap, handoff to Cobbins. Cobbins meets the line. Maybe a yard or two. That was not Cobbins. That was Deontay Parker, the backup running back. So a gain of 2 for Parker. Parker still in the backfield. 1-step drop. Intercepted to the 10. 15. Andrew Bradley on the interception in the end zone.
And it looked like a linebacker got a hand on it. They were trying to go to Bentley. Linebacker got a hand on it, and we make the interception, and ball's coming the other way. That was a huge play. You don't want to see your team go down by 3 scores. Now by 4 scores. So now, here they go. They have a chance to get it back within 2 scores, control some clock. You know, what the offense needs to do here for the Jaguars is keep that Miege offense off the field.
Second turnover of the game for Miege. Both interceptions. Now that's a handoff.
Looked like Abe Lawrence there.
Lawrence remains in the game.
Made a quick cut in the backfield, made a guy miss. Picked up 3, but it could have been a loss of 3. So a good run there by Lawrence.
Lawrence, the hot hand, remains in the backfield. Greg Riddle checks the wristband in the eye set. Going to hand off. going to go for a loss.
A great play by 33, Downing there, running the play down from the backside. Blue Valley West went with the stretch play right, and Downing ran it down, made a good tackle.
3rd and 5 officially. 6:30 left to go in the first half, second quarter. 28-7, Miege. Now a pump fake, and now he's in trouble and down at the 15-yard line. Williams with the sack.
Williams with a great inside move there, rushing from the right defensive end position. Made a step outside, back inside, and he was there to say hello to the Blue Valley West quarterback, Greg Riddle.
4th and 14, going to have to kick it away. Pendergast. And standing at midfield is the receiver. I think that's Mac Moeller. And not a great wobbly kick. It's going to go out of bounds at the 46-yard line, 47-yard line, with 5:30 left to play in the first half.
Looks like he got a good roll on that punt, or else that
Yeah,
could
he
have
did.
been a lot worse, actually, for the Jaguars. But gets a fortunate roll. The Stags are on the far side of the 50. So now as the Jaguars defense is going to come back out here to challenge the Stags, you want to try to get a quick 3 and out, put some pressure in the backfield, disrupt things. Don't let Cobbins get downhill. That's where he's dangerous.
Bishop Miege, 252 total yards to 99 of the Jaguars. Looking to add more to their 28-7 lead. Cobbins all alone in the midway, and he's got room to run to the 40, 30, 25, 20, still on his feet. Down to the 15-yard line, Bryson Cobbins.
And wow, that Bishop Miege offensive line created some great push, a good hole for Cobbins to get through that first level, and then Cobbins takes it and does the rest. Again, you look like Cobbins could have just taken the easy angle out of bounds. He spins back inside, picks up another 5 yards.
Gain of 38 for Cobbins. He's nearing 200 yards. Fake pitch now in the round. Got a man to the 5. Bounces off of him to the touchdown. David Brown. Not David Brown.
That looked like Mac Moeller.
Mac Moeller.
With the truck stick, some authority going across that goal line. He would not be denied for the touchdown. He saw the end zone, and he did not want to be stopped short. He ran a defender over. Wow, what a play. And also, you look at Pedrati on that play. His first read looked like it was to Bentley in the end zone. It was covered, so he checked down to Mac Moeller, and Mac made a heck of a play.
I think I'm legally obligated to say Mac Moeller like a Mac truck. Isn't that what I have to say?
I think it's in the contract.
I think it's in the contract. 35-7 your score. We're going to step away for 1 minute. We'll be right back here on 810varsity.com.
Chiefs checking from Community America gets you closer to the game. Is there any better way to get closer?
Hey, man. Go long. Chiefs checking from Community America.
Okay.
17-yard touchdown run. Pedrati to Moeller puts the Stags up 35-7 over the Jags. Say that 5 times fast. 5:05 left to go in the half.
A heck of a play by Moeller on that touchdown to cap off a 2-play drive for the Stags.
Deep kick to the 8. A little bit of room to run now to the 30. Across the 35. Actually down at the 30. And that is where they'll start at the 30-yard line. And now it is crunch time for Blue Valley West.
Yeah, just under 5 to play here. You don't want to give it back to the Stags and give them another chance to score before the half.
And they are one score away from falling behind by a magic number where they start running the clock in the second half.
That would make for a quick second half now. When I was here 10 years ago, a few times we were on the wrong end of that. But when I got here, Tim Grunhard came, really made a big effort to change the culture here at Miege. And you see 10 years later, 5 state championships. It's had a lasting impact. And those were the games, Chris, where I was telling you that I built a lot of character.
Character builders.
Character
right?
builders, yes.
You got character. I noticed you had a lot of character when you walked into the booth tonight.
A lot of
like, you know what? That guy's got a lot of character.
A lot of it came courtesy of Blue Valley West. I started my first game against their...
What was their state champion team, wasn't it?
2007 state championship team, and went out there. My whole family came to watch.
How'd it go?
Well, we scored a touchdown.
Riddle trying to go deep, overthrows his man at the 50-yard line.
We scored a touchdown.
You were saying.
We scored a touchdown thanks to the former OU and KU football player Justin McKay. Took a kickoff return to the house. On offense, things didn't go so well.
And then what happened?
And then I think after that, Blue Valley West scored about 60 unanswered points, and I built a lot of character. My parents still loved me after the game, though.
Of course they do.
You know, that's the great thing.
And so they started their title runs after you left. Is that about the right time?
You know, I don't know if that's a coincidence. I was talking to Coach Holmes the other week, and he decided to remind me that I was the last quarterback to lose to a 4A school. So that was a friendly reminder from Coach. But the year after I left, they won a state championship, the first one back in 2009. And then now they've really, like you said at the beginning of the broadcast, turned it into a dynasty. But, you know, I like to think that me and my buddies who are out there playing for the love of the game, you know.
Table setter. You set the table for them, didn't you?
That's what we did.
Absolutely.
We set the table. We built that culture, and me and my buddy Alex Cecina and Sean Halpin, we got out there. We gave it our all. Really,
you have a lot more career snaps than I do. I will tell you that much.
Yeah.
First team still on the field for Miege, Pedrati, and Cobbins. Cobbins to the left side. Pedrati going to throw it. He's got his man, Bentley. Bentley across the 40-yard line down to the 42. Hudson Bentley having quite a day himself.
It looks like Bentley's really stepped up. Is it Daniel Jackson who's out today?
Yep.
And Hudson Bentley has really stepped up, made some big plays, been that go-to target for Pedrati, and he's leaned heavily on that.
For Bentley, 4 catches, 37 yards. Cobbins straight up the middle across nearing the 50, and he'll be knocked down at the 48.
A big hit put on Cobbins there.
Another 7 yards for Bryson Cobbins. 15 for 190 in my completely unofficial record book. Pedrati, low snap, 3-step drop. Now going to run for his life. Across the 50 to the 45, he'll run out of bounds.
Pedrati's been very smart with the football. When there's nothing open, he's tucked it and ran. And when he has run, he's gotten out of bounds clean without taking a hit. And the one time he scrambled up the middle, he took a slide to avoid contact as well. So staying healthy, not turning the ball over, that's what you like to see from your quarterback.
Good for a first down, 1st and 10. Pedrati and Cobbins in the backfield. Cobbins will get it up across the 45 to the 40. Still on his feet, 35-30. Whacked down at the 29-yard line. Bryson Cobbins, that should put him over 200 yards for the day.
It looked like he dragged a Jaguar defender to 200 yards on the day there.
Down to the 28, add 18 to the total, and that does put him over 200. He had 202 last week, and he was over 202 now. I think he's about 210. Ooh, it was almost a late hit.
Pedrati took a shot there. The NFL, you might see a flag there, but it looks
the
like
NFL, you might have seen 15 flags already in this game. We've seen one, so not very often we lay praise on the high school referees, but I'll tell you what, they've called a good game. They've let it go.
Right, and we know they've called a good game because we don't know their names yet.
Exactly. 2:54 left in the half. The Stags trying to get one more before they head to the locker room. Quick pass to the near side. That's to Bentley. Bentley doesn't know where to go. He's going to fall for a loss back across the 30-yard line. First negative yard play for Bentley.
Yeah, not much going for Bentley there. But you see 85, the Mack truck Moeller, lined up in the slot. Was a great red zone target last drive. Let's see if they can get the ball to him here.
Pedrati and Cobbins in the backfield. Two wide receivers and a tight end on the left side. He's looking left. Now he's going to tuck it and run to the completed pass.
It's going to be close.
Found Bentley again right at the sticks, and they're going to... what are they going to do?
I see the 4 up. It looks like they're going to mark him short.
Bentley shy of the sticks.
Let's see what
Fourth and 1.
Coach Holmes wants to do here on 4th and 1.
Offense stays on the field so far. They're going to call a timeout and talk about it. Nope, they're going to call out the chains. See, we had to say something about the refs, and now they're going to call out the chains.
Now it's going to get interesting.
I got you.
It's the compliment curse. We gave him a compliment, and we'll see. And we'll see what Coach John Holmes wants to do here on 4th down. Does he want to kick the field goal? Does he want to get to that magic number and start the second half with a running clock and go?
Tell you what, ball at the 20. I think that might even be out of most high school kickers' ranges, but I'm not very high on high school kickers, so my apologies.
I remember
it's going to be short.
When I was playing, we put out an announcement during school calling for whoever wanted to come out and kick for the team. Because we didn't have a kicker. The soccer coach wasn't letting any soccer players suit up. So we just, all school announcement, hey, come out, kick. And we found a kicker that way.
So they do get a timeout. Cobbins and Pedrati will stay on the field, get their final orders from Coach John Holmes. 4-time state champion consecutive, trying to take their 27th game in a row.
And they're not putting their foot on the brakes at all here. 4th down, they're going to go for it. Keep the foot on the gas pedal.
And they're in some sort of a weird formation. They can also pooch kick from here. They can do quite a little bit of stuff. It's going to be a reverse. It's certainly going to be a first down, and it's going to be a touchdown.
Wow, Tyquez
Agnew-Witten.
What a run by him. It looked like they were setting up for maybe some kind of a triple option. It almost looked like one of those Colin Klein plays where he holds the ball in the running back's stomach and then ends up throwing it instead of running it. Maybe almost looked like an RPO there from Coach John Holmes. That's a really flashy term in the football world.
Yeah, I have no idea what that means.
Well,
but it's good for 6 points. I do know that.
Right.
Kick is up, and it is good. And there's a flag on the play. We'll see what that is all about. But I think they're going to go ahead and count the point. 42-7 your score. 1:59 left to go in the half. Tyquez Agnew-Witten on a 17-yard strike.
And what Pedrati did really well there on that play was he sold the fake to Cobbins and got the ball out there quick in space to Witten. Witten made a few guys miss, and wow, he looked fast.
I mean, you got Cobbins and Witten, and that's quite a 1-2 punch right there.
Yeah, it's been successful for the Stags here tonight. They haven't needed to throw the ball down the field too often with the running threat of Cobbins and Witten.
35-point lead in the first half. It has been all Miege with the exception of a interception and nice series by the Jaguars, but it has been all Miege other than that.
Maybe the Jaguars have another trick play up their sleeve here to close the half. They had a wide receiver pass earlier in the game to pick up about 30 yards to set up their touchdown. So let's see if the Jaguars have something else in their pocket that they might want to try to get back in this game before the half ends.
And we'll see if this begins a running clock or if it starts in the second half. 35 points, I think, is the universal sign for running clock. At least it is in Missouri. We'll see what it is in Kansas. Taken at the 30. to the 35, now down at the 41-yard line. Reimer with the return. He'll go down at the 41. 1:49 left to go in the half. Thanks for joining us tonight. 810varsity.com. You're watching the number one team in the state, Bishop Miege. Take it to the Blue Valley West Jaguars. First half, 42-7 your score. Riddle connects and absolutely laid out was David Brown.
Second down.
Brown, a short gain. That one's going to be good for a first down. And Lawrence on the carry.
There goes the Jaguars picking up the first down, moving the sticks. Let's see if they can get some momentum here going into halftime.
And they're going no huddle as they are running out of time. 1:21 left to go in the half. Quick pass to Brown. Brown couldn't come up with it. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Stops the clock.
And it looks like the Stags are okay with giving up those short games. So as Riddle kind of gets his rhythm going, he's got to be sure to hit those ones that the Stags are giving him there.
Riddle going to hand off to Lawrence. Lawrence still on his feet, now down to the 36-yard line.
And Abe Lawrence. You know, fall is around it. That sounds like a lumberjack, and that guy was dragging the pile like a lumberjack there, delivering the blow.
First down for Lawrence. And that doesn't go very far as Lawrence is tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like Downing returned the favor on that hit. These guys are exchanging blows back and forth. Number 33 in white and 33 in red going at it.
For Lawrence on the day, 6 carries for 31 yards. Now trying to find somebody. He's going to run. He's going to be hit hard at the 30-yard line. That absolutely would have been a penalty in the NFL, I guarantee you.
Yeah, that would have been. That might have been a little late there on the hit by Downing.
Blue Valley West going to call a timeout. We'll take it with them. 38.3 seconds to go. And we'll be right back in 30 seconds on 810varsity.com.
Get rid of that back and neck pain today. Westwood Chiropractic has been relieving Kansas City residents of pain for decades. Dr. Ken Downing has over 30 years' experience. Call anytime at 913-432-5678 or visit westwoodchiropractickKC.com. Westwood Chiropractic, health and wellness for the whole family.
I just wanted to say Bam Morris.
Back inside Bishop Miege. 38.3 seconds to go in the first half. The Jaguars trying to pull their way back into this one as Riddle and Lawrence head back into the backfield.
Looks like he's got Reimer on the top of the screen, one-on-one.
Brown in motion. That's going to be a false start as the quarterback jumped. And they're going to back it up 5 yards. Go the wrong direction.
It looked like probably Riddle really liked the play call, got a little excited, was ready. He had Brown in motion, a couple good matchups that he probably liked.
He saw something he liked.
Yeah, got a little excited. Let's see if Coach wants to stay with the same play or switch it up. Looks like he's going to change it up.
Trips to the right side, single runner, single receiver to the left side. Lawrence remains in the I formation. From the shotgun is Greg Riddle, the 5'10", 160 junior. Riddle going to be taken at the line and down at the 39-yard line.
It looks like Max Van Meter with the sack there. Big 52 getting in there, disrupting things.
Van Meter had a sack last week, picks up another one right here. It's going to be 4th and 14. Offense will stay on with 31 seconds to go. at the 39-yard line.
And that's a tough play for Riddle there. Not much he could do.
I mean, he didn't have any time at all.
Didn't have any time. You hate taking sacks in the 2-minute drill. That's a killer. You'd rather see an incompletion. But he really had no time to do anything with the ball. Van Meter was on him so quick.
At halftime, we'll check some scores from around the EKL. Check over in Missouri, see how things are going over there.
Got a big one in the EKL tonight.
At Blue Valley North and Blue Valley, right?
Right, yeah. Blue Valley North looking to bounce back after the loss to the Stags, and that's a big matchup. Rivalry game. Fans will be out, I'm sure.
Check that score right now, see if it decides to come up. No, I'm not that lucky. North 3, Blue Valley, North 7, Blue Valley 3. There's going to be a deep ball.
Oh,
incomplete.
You like
good
to see him
coverage
taking
right there,
a shot,
too.
though. You like to see him taking a shot down the seam. Riddle probably, it wasn't a completion, but one of his better throws of the night. Gave his receiver a chance. Good defense there by the Stags. But you like to see Riddle look like he was confident stepping up into that throw. A good sign as we head into the second half for Riddle.
So, yeah, defensive battle down the street as North leads Blue Valley 7-3. I think that's probably close to a halftime score.
That surprises me. With Mertz over at Blue Valley North, I expected them to be putting up a lot more points this year.
Mertz didn't play a great game last week. I mean, he's a D1 talent without a doubt.
Yep.
That's a pass complete. It's like Philippe Wesley.
First down stops the clock there. Again, the Stags show no signs of taking their foot off the gas pedal. Oh, well, they might let the clock run out here, or maybe get one more play off.
They're going to go deep and overthrow it. 3 seconds now to go. We'll have one more play in the half. Guess they don't have a marching band, so we can't watch the marching band at halftime.
Yeah.
So we'll have to come up with something.
It wasn't in my contract to be the entertainment at halftime, so I know it's not going to be me.
Tell you what, we can talk to Gad about the Chiefs tomorrow, Sunday. See how that's going to go.
I think we're all a little nervous on pins and needles for that. Stags take the knee to run the clock out.
And we'll head to halftime. As your halftime score is 42-7, Bishop Miege up over Blue Valley West. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back here in a couple of minutes with your halftime action. Again, 810varsity.com, Bishop Miege 42, Blue Valley West 7. Halftime, we'll be right back.
Chiefs checking from Community America gets you closer to the game. Is there any better way to get closer?
Hey, man. Go long. Chiefs checking from Community America.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Get rid of that back and neck pain today. Westwood Chiropractic has been relieving Kansas City residents of pain for decades. Dr. Ken Downing has over 30 years' experience. Call anytime at 913-432-5678 or visit westwoodchiropractickKC.com. Westwood Chiropractic, health and wellness for the whole family.
righty, welcome back here to Dixon-Dahl Stadium in Roland Park, Kansas. The Stags are taking on the Blue Valley West Jaguars. We're about ready to go in the second half. We're going to get started, it looks like, in just a few minutes. But the story of the first half was all Stags. Scores 42-7 Stags. And their offense was running like a well-oiled machine outside of one turnover in the red zone, actually in the end zone. But other than that, it's been all Stags. The Jaguars found some life after a turnover on a fumbled punt. The Jaguars then ensued to run a trick play, picked up some big yard, punched it in a few plays later. But since then, it's been all unanswered points by the Stags. For the Stags, throwing the ball, Sam Pedrati's 12 of 16 for 126 yards. But the story's been on the ground with Bryson Cobbins. He's got 16 carries and just over 200 yards on the day and 2 scores. Not to be outdone, Tyquez Agnew-Witten also has a couple carries for 30 yards and a touchdown. He's also had a big game as well. So mostly on the ground for the Stags. Not much going on offense for the Jaguars. Greg Riddle's struggling to get going. He's just 4 of 17 for 28 yards. They found some bit of a rhythm with Abe Lawrence on the ground. He's got 6 carries for 31 yards, and he's been able to get things going. But I'll go ahead and welcome in my co-host, Gat. Gat, what'd you make of that first half? What were your thoughts?
Having not seen Bishop Miege play this year yet, unlike you guys who have been lucky enough to be following them, it's impressive what they do on the field. They don't give up, they're relentless, and they keep going. I mean, they kept going up until the last play. They did not take a knee, they just kept running the clock out, and that kind of shows the tenacity, and probably Coach Holmes is looking at having that follow through the rest of the season.
Yeah, they came out of the gate firing, and the Stags really haven't given up. You've seen it through their running backs, finishing plays, defense, finishing tackles. So the Stags have looked sharp tonight. And the Jaguars, they've had their moments too. What they've struggled with, I think, is just getting in any sort of rhythm. Did you see really the Jaguars getting in any rhythm in that first half?
Every single time you thought that they were going to make a big play, a pass was dropped, just blown route. You just didn't really see much going on. So maybe they'll find it in the second half. You never know. There's always good adjustments at half and good locker room talks. I'm sure you've been on the receiving end of those.
Yeah, I have. John Holmes, great motivator. I like I said, I played for Tim Grunhard, and that guy, if you were losing at halftime, there was going to be a speech. He was going to let you know about what he thought about your performance. So I'm sure the tone was a little different in each locker room. The Jaguars want to make sure they hang in there, and the Stags want to maintain course. But it looks like we're ready to get things kicked off here, Gat. And Blue Valley West is going to be kicking from left to right. And it looks like they still got Cobbins in there deep to return. They kick it away from him. Short kick to the 30. Fielded by the up back. Makes a couple guys miss. Gets about to the 45. And we might have a late hit. A flag came flying out late as bodies piled up. And we might be tacking on 15. That's not what you want to see.
Yeah, I think you guys jinxed it. You were talking about the refs earlier. You were sitting there bragging about how great they are. And hey, things happen.
Yeah.
It's definitely not like what we saw at K-State last weekend. So.
Yeah, K-State 13 penalties, I think, to lead.
On 129 yards.
Not a very Bill Snyder-like team there.
No, definitely not. So what obscure running back or wide receiver reference are you going to be making this half? I'm excited.
I'm not sure. We've seen some great plays by the receiver, looking quick, a little bit like Tamarick Vanover. We've seen some powerful running. I mentioned Bam Morris earlier. Christian Okoye, that guy could run some people over you. Just love throwing out Chiefs players. I'm better with obscure Royals players, but...
Perfect. Let's bring him in, too.
Right. Cobbins off to the right. A toss sweep on first down. Looks like he picks up a couple, but we got a flag on the play from the referee. More times than not, this is holding. And we haven't gotten a signal yet.
And how does this field hold up in weather like this?
So this field, actually, I was part of the first game ever played here back in 2007. and the field has not changed. So this is 10-year-old turf. It's old. It was state-of-the-art when it came out, but I'm sure it's a few years past due for a makeover. So they might not have the best footing out there today, but everyone's got to play on it.
Sure hasn't affected Miege much.
Right, that was 1st and 20. Pedrati throws over to the right. Gain of about 8. We're going to see 2nd and about 13 here for the Stags. Stags look to still have all their starters in the game here to start the second half. The give goes to Cobbins. Cobbins up the middle, makes a man miss. And it looks like he's going to pick up 5 on 2nd down, bringing up about 3rd and 5 here.
Jackson McCash on the stop. Going to Bartlett as well. 3rd down 5.
3rd and 5 here for the Stags. And that was just airmailed. Very uncharacteristic of Pedrati there. He taps his chest to let his receiver know, hey, that one's on me. That was my bad. And John Holmes making the decision up 42-7. 4th and 5. He's got the offense out there.
Why not?
Why not? Screen right side. Makes a man miss, picks up the 1st down. Stags keep rolling. They look like Philip Wesley over there on the far side, making a man miss on the bubble screen. And that we've seen a heavy dose of that tonight, Gat. A lot of short, quick throws, high percentage.
Maybe he was on the phone with Andy Reid. We don't know.
Wow. Yeah, he could have been on the phone with Andy earlier. Flags flying here. Play is whistled dead. We got a false start on the Stags. Back them up 5, so that's going to make it 1st and 15 to go. The ball will be on the 25-yard line. Yeah, Andy Reid loves his bubble screens.
He really does.
No matter how much it frustrates me as a fan. Rolls left against his body. Finds the receiver. Got a gain of about 8 on the play. Mac Moeller with the catch. We saw him score a touchdown earlier. And we got 2nd. And it looks like about 3 to go. And that looks like number 8 in the backfield got the carry. That's Deontay Parker. Deontay Parker also serves as the backup quarterback. So a lot of versatility coming from Deontay Parker to be able to play both positions.
My favorite is when they list him as athlete. They just have him as athlete. You don't know what position it is, but they're going to be in there. Right,
and he looks both Pedrati and Parker in the backfield checking wristbands. The play is in. It's going to be a toss right. He might have the edge. And it looked like Parker is going to be stopped at about the 3-yard line. Parker had a man running out in front of him. Looked like he cut it up too early. I thought he had the edge there.
I thought so too.
He's got a speed. Trust it. Follow the big fat guys. Run behind them.
It's a good life motto too.
Right. Just get behind the big uglies and they'll lead you to the end zone. There's Parker. He does it. He follows the big uglies, and he's in for the score. That'll be 6 points for the Stags. What a drive. Way to cap it off by Deontay Parker there with the 6, getting 6 on the board.
And strangely enough, that was a slower drive for Miege.
They slowed the pace down a little bit, and with 9:26 left to play, the Stags take a 48-7 lead on the touchdown by Deontay Parker. And the Stags have had their kicking trouble, but not here. Extra point is good. And the Stags now lead 49-7. So that was a quick drive. A lot of it came on the ground or with a bubble screen. And they just kind of methodically did it again there, Gat.
It looked effortless almost. Besides the slipping and the sliding around on the field, effortless. So it's going to be impressive to see what Miege has in store this season.
Yeah, looking forward, the Stags have Mill Valley next week. Mill Valley has won state championships in the recent past. A very good team. And so that'll be a highly anticipated matchup when the Stags and Jaguars of Mill Valley get together next week.
Definitely. Who was your biggest rivalry back in the day?
St. Thomas Aquinas was our biggest rivalry, and whenever we played them, it just meant more. And I'd like to say we beat them more times than not when I played, but that's not true. We got them once when we needed to. Brett McConiff led the Stags that year. District championship game, needed to beat them by 9 to win the district. I think we ended up winning by about 16. The fans stormed the field.
That's a great
Probably,
feeling.
yeah. I think they carried McConiff off on his shoulders. A Stag legend who went on to play at Benedictine. He had a big game. Joe Schultz on the defense, also a Benedictine Raven, had a big game for the Stags.
That's awesome.
Stags ready to kick it off. 9:26 remaining in the third. Short kick. Fielded at the 25. Cuts to the near side. Can't make a man miss, but makes it all the way to the 35. We've got a flag down at the 36.
Another flag.
Another flag. Only one flag in the first half. We've seen, I think, 3 already here in the second half. The refs wanted to get involved, I guess.
I mean, motivation-wise, what were you like in the second half? You come out, like, fresh out the locker room after a big pep talk. Are you ready to go, or are you just like, man, I'm tired?
Yeah, when you're down 42-7, you understand the reality. But,
Yeah.
you know, what you want to keep doing if you're Blue Valley West is keep making progress. So whatever you practice on this week, you want to keep making strides, keep improving, because their schedule is not going to get any easier in the EKL.
Right.
So you want to see the quarterback here, Riddle, make some strides in the second half. And wow, a big hit by 15 of the Stags drops him for a loss.
Looks like that's Mikey Welsh.
And Mikey Welsh on the play. Thanks for the help there, Gat. And it looks like we have the younger brother of Greg Riddle, Scott Riddle, checked into the game at quarterback. Greg wears number 1, Scott number 2, a year younger and right-handed. So that's Scott Riddle rolling left. Pass comes up a little bit short. That's going to bring up third down and 11. So as a sophomore quarterback coming in, starting the second half, you don't want a 3rd and long against this defense, but let's hope the coach has a good play dialed up here. See if they can get a win on the outside, pick up a first down, and keep the chains moving. Pass deep. Oh, and a great play there
He got the
by the
separation.
Stags. He had the
was open.
separation, couldn't quite get it all the way there. And a good play by the Stags cornerback to break that one up. That's going to bring up 4th and 11. It looks like the Jaguars are going to send out their punt team. And that might be, I think we got is that Scruggs? Looks like he's deep to take the kick there for the Stags. Standing at the 45, awaiting the punt. Good snap. And he might have got a piece of that one. It looks like it might have gotten a fingertip on it. It was a low punt. But luckily he got a great roll all the way down to the Stags 45. So that's where Bishop Miege will take over, leading 49-7, and get another quick 3 and out by the Jaguars offense.
This weather isn't letting up. Miege isn't letting up. Looks like the Jags are really going to have to pull it together to just at least get some points on the board and answer them.
Yeah, we'll see if the younger Riddle brother can get things going on his next drive. But for now, it looks like the Stags are coming back out. And let's see who's going to be taking the snaps. It looks like it might be Deontay Parker at quarterback. He just scored a rushing touchdown from running back. But it looks like he'll be taking the snap. Oh, no. Who's it? So that was Parker on the carry from running back.
Timothy Dorsey.
But we got Dorsey, number 18, now in at quarterback for the Stags. So Dorsey steps in. And Pedrati will take the rest of the night off, it looks like. Dorsey, just a sophomore, 5'10", 166 pounds. Dorsey with his first pass attempt. It goes through the hands of Jude Putz.
I like that combination, though, the quarterback and defensive back. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, it is pretty solid. So we saw Jude Putz, the ball go through his hands. I wonder if that's in relation to Carter Putz, the 3-time state champion.
Possibly.
Might be a younger brother there. Carter is now playing baseball at Notre Dame, but had a very good career at Miege, holds a lot of records, not only for the Stags, but also for the state of Kansas. So what a career for Carter, and it looks like, I'm just winging it here, but I think that's his younger brother out there, also wearing number 10 like Carter did. Pass complete to the near side. Stags pick up a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 44. So just under 8 minutes to go. And the give goes to Parker. And he's met in the backfield. And he's going to go absolutely nowhere. That's a loss of 2 yards. Gobbled up by the defensive line. So it'll be 2nd and a long 13 here for the Stags. Dorsey gets the play, checks his wristband. And the give again to Parker. Slips a tackle in the backfield and just absolutely truck sticks a Jaguar defender to get across the 40. And that'll bring up 3rd down and about 6.
And what player did that remind you of?
Well, that was a good truck stick there, and I like to see that. Maybe a little bit. Jay Ajayi, he runs the ball pretty physically.
That's solid, and that's a modern reference.
That's a modern reference, too. I'm back in this decade now. Dorsey rolls right, finds his man on the far side. Had to come back to get it. Looked like Trey Osler on the reception. That's going to be short of a first down, but Stags are in Jaguar territory. Stags still have not punted today, and they're not going to punt here, so Dorsey remains on the field, and it looks like they're going to be going for it. Everyone's checking their wristbands. John Holmes has the play in. Dorsey's barking out the signals to the offensive line. Oh, a bubble screen, and the ball pops loose, and it looks like Parker picks it up in the backfield. That could have been really bad for the Stags, but the ball bounced their way, which it has been all day, right, Gat?
Yeah, you just hate to see that happen.
Right out of his hands. But like you said, Gat, the weather hasn't let up. You can still see, I wouldn't call it a rain, it's a mist, and slippery balls right out of his hand.
This rain has not let up at all. It's impressive. It's, I think, 4 days now.
Yeah.
We got this, so this is a very saturated field.
And yeah, it is. Our old defensive coordinator, Coach Ket Tabanero, always used to warn us, hey, watch out for those slippery balls when it's wet. You got to make sure not turnover. Oh, this might be a busted play. The running back went the wrong way or the quarterback went the wrong way. I'm going to give Riddle the benefit of the doubt, assuming he's a smart quarterback and he turned the right way. And there was some confusion between him and Abe Lawrence there. It was a busted play. Riddle did what he could to salvage the play. Lost just 2 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 12 for the Jaguars.
And you have to remember, this kid is not getting in a rhythm. He's getting taken off the field pretty quickly. So to top that off, he's backup quarterback. So I think that we're going to see a little bit of that. But hopefully he gets hit his stride here in a little bit.
Oh, and he had a man open on the slant route. He just overthrew him. The timing wasn't quite there. Again, like you said, it's hard to get into a rhythm with a backup quarterback and some new receivers. So Scott Riddle missed with that one there, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 12. So this is consecutive 3rd and longs for Riddle here. And again, that's not what you want to, a situation you want to put your sophomore quarterback in. Riddle on the pass to the near side on a slant route. Threw it low. The pass was intended for, look like, David Brown, or Will Hudler, actually. Will Hudler, but it was low. Couldn't make the catch. And yes, you do recognize that name, Hudler. I believe he's the son of the Wonder Dog.
Good old Rex.
Our favorite, Uncle Hud.
Uncle Hud. It was his birthday recently.
Oh, well, happy birthday
know,
to
right?
Rex Hudler out there.
And if you were wondering, it's Easy E's birthday today. R.I.P.
All right. Wow, what a birthday combination. And Jaguars back to punt, 4th and long. Wobbly snap. Just gets it off another low punt, but this one's going to be returned, and he's got some room down the sideline. A big block, and he's across the 40. There's a couple flags flying in. There was a big crackback block by the Stags on that play, but I think that's one that crossed the line and is going to be an illegal block. Let's be thankful everyone's getting up from that play because that was a vicious hit there. It looks like we got a personal foul on the Stags, so we're going to back it up from the spot of the foul there. A big crackback block. Looked like he went high, though. Not exactly how you taught. You want to make sure you hit him between the numbers, and he went a little high there, and that's going to cost him 15 yards in great field position.
That was a good call, though.
Yeah, it was the right call to make.
The Miege student section looks very lively tonight.
Yeah, the student section's getting up, doing some cheers, waving the pom-poms. They're supporting the St. Jude's, I believe, tonight, a great cause. They had some kids out here in the pregame. Fantastic job by the Stags for the kids. And there's Riddle running a defender over on the keeper. Picks up about 15. Looked like a zone read there. Shades of our favorite player, Colin Klein. He kept the ball in the belly for a long time. Read that defensive end. Went right around the edge. Made a man miss. Ran another guy over. That was gritty.
You got to keep up that pace, too. And looks like that's exactly what they're trying to do.
Yeah, with a new quarterback, it's hard to keep that tempo up, but they're going to try it. Play action. Throw to the far side. Going to be about a gain of 3. That'll bring up 2nd down. And maybe Riddle is going to be finding a little bit of a rhythm here.
Certainly looks like an able-bodied quarterback to just run through there.
Yeah, he's maybe even a little bit bigger than his brother, it looks like.
Stat charts always lie.
Well, the stat chart said he's got 30 pounds on him. A little bit bigger than his older brother. That was the case for me, too.
That's
even though he was
fighting
2 years older than me, and yeah, when we were fighting, it helped. He always had big brother strength, but I was always bigger than him at least. So we'll see what dinner is like at the Riddle household after this game. Both quarterbacks getting a chance against the Stags. Riddle with the play action, looking over the middle,
right into double coverage.
Into double coverage. Looked to be some contact there. The referee holding his flag in his pocket. Not going to call defensive pass interference, but that was close. That could have been. Yeah, I'm sure these two brothers, they're like any brothers. They like to fight. They're competitive. So as much as I'm sure Greg wants to root Scott on and wants him to be successful, there's always that brother rivalry there, that sibling rivalry. Yeah. Throw to the far side. Juggled. Looks like it's going to be incomplete. That was 4th down and 5. So the Jaguars are going to turn it over on downs there. And the Stags offense is going to take over. So, did you like what you saw there from the Jaguars offense that drive?
I was impressed. You keep with it and you follow through with that. You don't give up because there's no need to give up. There's still plenty of time.
Yeah,
stay positive.
Still plenty of time. And now as probably we might see some backups getting in here, some underclassmen. You got to get tape, and you want to look good on tape. So there's still a lot to play for here as we wind down the third quarter. Just 3 minutes left in the third quarter here as the Stags take over from the 20-yard line.
I mean, a good highlight reel can change things.
Yeah, and the way they put those highlight reels out on Huddle, wow.
It's amazing.
Everyone looks like a superstar. It's impressive.
I'm going to make one.
Yeah. I wish, I don't think there would have been much highlights of me, but, it would have been cool. And the quarterback keeps it there. That's Dorsey. Tim Dorsey still in at quarterback. Picks up a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Stags are slowing down their pace a little bit as they're up 42 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Clock is running. Two wide right, a tight end, and a receiver split left. Low snap, fumbled, but he gets the handoff. And the Jaguars defense wraps him up in the backfield. That was a tackle by Preston Nordstrom,
It's a name
Jr. Flag down. We'll see what it is. We got a false start, possibly.
Looks like it.
All right, they're backing him up 5. It's another false start for the Stags. Not everybody was set. We got an illegal procedure there. Stags check their wristbands. The play is in. Dorsey in the shotgun. He's got Parker to his left. Drops back to pass. No one open. He's going to take off and run. Makes a move up the sideline, and it looks like he's going to be a few yards short of the first down, but it is going to be close. On 2nd and 14, it looks like Dorsey picked up 13 on that scramble, and we're going to have 3rd and 1. A dual threat quarterback, Gat. It's nice to have in this day of age.
It is. It really is.
Makes it hard for the defenses to plan.
Or you can just have 2 quarterbacks.
Or, yeah, like the
Switch
Stags
out.
did earlier. They had 2 quarterbacks in the game at once.
Might as well. This is a time to show off kind of a little bit from their playbook, so it'd be fun to see a little bit more of that.
Yeah, the Stags give it to Parker. Takes it to the right side. He's going to be stopped short. And it looks like the Stags are going to send out their punt team for the first time. That's Dawson Downing, I believe, back to punt. Dylan Downing. Is Dawson his brother at the Tigers, I think? Just earned a scholarship for Mizzou. Former Stags running back. This is his younger brother here now back to punt, and he's a linebacker, Dylan Downing. And as it is the first time running the punt team out there, things aren't going well for the Stags. They have to burn a timeout. Downing looked around confused, looked at the referee, looked like they said something.
What?
And now they called a timeout. So the Stags are going to talk it over. Coach Holmes has his headset off. Look,
Yeah,
not
what do
too
you think's
pleased.
going on there? Like, what kind of inspiring words do you think are
Well, I think there were some inspiring words maybe for the team and the special teams coordinator there, as they're not able to get the punt off.
Oh, they've been resting a lot.
Yeah. You got a lot of backups in. Starters have kind of migrated to sit down on the bench. They look like to be missing a player, did the Stags, so they had to burn a timeout. But they're back out there. Downing is back.
I have faith.
Yeah. And a lot of times, once you make it past the defense and all you got to beat is a punter, you're in good shape unless it's Pat McAfee. But back here, you've got an all-state linebacker. So I don't even know if you want to get past the second level and into Downing.
I'd be
Fair catch called for at the 43-yard line, and that's where the Jaguars will take over with just under 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. The Jaguars trail 49-7, a minute 52 left in the third quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. And it'll be Scott Riddle taking snaps again for the Jaguars. He's got the play. And we've got another flag. We've got an offsides or an encroachment on the defense, it looks like. That's going to be 5 yards forward for the Jaguars.
So he hasn't even done anything yet. He's already making moves.
He's already making moves.
I might be Scott Riddle's new biggest fan.
So Scott Riddle's trying to get the offense rolling again here. Gives it short to Abe. And Lawrence looks like he might have just gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. It's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Jaguars coming up.
I think the defense kind of saw that one coming.
I think so. They seemed ready for it, sniffed it out. We got trips to the left this time, single back. Receiver split to the near side. And another give to Lawrence. Trying to push the pile forward. May have picked up 2. And that's going to bring up third down. Jaguars staying in the same formation. Shotgun, trips left, single back, and a split right. Takes the shotgun snap, rolls left, looking. Got a man, can he? Oh, and he just overthrew him. It looked like he had a receiver open on a corner route there, but just couldn't quite get it to him. Just a little bit overthrow. But I like the way that Scott got his shoulders turned downfield, made a good throw, just sailed it a little bit. It's going to be 4th down and 3. Big down here for the Jaguars. They need to convert. They need 3 yards. Drops back to pass. It looks short. Let's see if they give him the catch. And it looks like they are going to give him the catch. It looked like it might have skipped, but it looked like he got his hands under the ball. So it's going to be a big 4th down conversion for the Jaguars. And Scott, he's keeping the chains moving.
Right to Hudler. Good call.
Looking for Hudler. Picks up the first down. Hudler hit him in the back shoulder there, and Hudler was not able to hold on to it. Hudler, it popped up, and it could have been a pick six if the Stags got their hands on it.
I mean, he did throw into triple coverage.
Right.
So.
But Hudler got 2 hands on it, the junior 6'4", out of Blue Valley West. It's going to be a give to the right for Lincoln. I was thinking Abe. It's Abe Lawrence. But I had Abe in my head, so I called him Abe Lincoln.
Better than Jerome Bettis, I guess.
My producer put his hands in his face, so...
Yeah, it's a good start.
You know.
Hey, you've got
Abe Lawrence, Abe Lincoln.
Insight on like who everybody is related to. It's good
Right.
to have that.
Well,
you can't win them all, you know.
I'm doing my best out here, but that's not Abe Lincoln. That's Abe Lawrence out there. He's had a good game. Did not get the start, did Lawrence. Instead, they started with Edgar Hundley. Hundley, a big sophomore. And that's going to bring us to the close of the third quarter. Stags 49, Blue Valley West 7. And we'll go to the fourth quarter.
Battling dance teams.
Yeah, I got caught up thinking about Abe Lincoln, and I forgot that the quarter ran out there.
Yeah.
But we're back. We're locked in. Fourth quarter action coming your way.
With no presidents here.
Right. No Abe Lincoln on the field. Abe Lawrence on the field. And he's had a good game. He came in for Edgar Hundley. I'm not sure if Hundley got hurt, but Hundley hasn't seen the field since the first quarter. Hundley, a big physical sophomore, had a couple good carries, but we haven't seen him since the first quarter when Abe Lawrence took over. The Jaguars driving a little bit here. They picked up a first down. It's 3rd and 13. Again, another tough place for the sophomore Scott. But we'll see what they can come up with here on 3rd and long. Riddle in the shotgun. Riddle scans the field. He's going to throw it deep, and he just overthrows it again. Looks like he was going for number 19, Cooper Reichenberg, the junior, just overthrew him.
Scott has a great arm on him, though.
Scott's got a good arm, and he showed it off there. You know who else has a great arm that we're excited to see play?
Who is that?
Patrick Mahomes.
Sunday's looking pretty exciting.
Sunday's almost here, and we're excited to see him.
Red Friday.
The Jaguars are going to punt here on 4th and 13. The lefty gets one off. It's an end-over-end kick, taken at about the 30, makes a man miss, and then he's going to be tackled by 3 Blue Valley West defenders at about the 35. To return the kick, that was Carson Key back there, the sophomore, just 5'5", 123 pounds, scat back.
this is a little bit pushed back further than where Miege has been starting. So that's
Right.
solid job.
That's been, the Stags have had great starting position all night. And they're going to take over again at the 34-yard line here. Dorsey still in at quarterback, in the shotgun. Twins to the near side, and the receiver split to the far side. It's going to be a pitch to the left to Parker. Makes a man miss. He's got some room. Makes another man miss. And he's going to drag 3 Jaguars across the 50 to about the 46-yard line there.
And that's the type of physical play that they've needed to show a little bit more of. So, hey.
So there they are, getting physical on the toss sweep. And the Stags are, again, hurry up offense. Here they go. Sweep right. A good block on the outside. The Jaguars did a good job sealing and not letting him bounce it. They corral him to about a 5-yard game. It's going to be 2nd and 10 now. And now when you're these young kids out here, sophomores, juniors, getting your opportunity in the fourth quarter in a game that's not so close, you've got a lot of motivation to play hard.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see some good football here down the stretch. Unders in the shotgun, lets the clock run down, and a fumble! And let's see who fell on it first. It looked like maybe the Stag quarterback is going to retain possession, and he did. Again, like Coach Tav said, you got to protect those slippery balls when it's rainy out there.
Really do.
The Stags having a little bit of trouble hanging on to him. You saw Dorsey have a ball slip out of his hands on a bubble screen that he luckily recovered, and then fumbled the snap there from the center and shotgun. Luckily was able to dive on it. The Jaguars nearly got to it. Looking to his left, throws through the hands of his receiver. That was intended for Trey Osler.
That time he did not point to himself.
No, he did not.
No pointing to himself.
It went through his hands. It was a high throw, but Osler, he'll tell you he should have caught it. He had 2 hands on it. And that is going to bring up 4th down and 10. And the Stags are sending their punt team out there. Let's hope they've got all 11 this time.
Common mistake.
Downing counts him up. It looks like he's ready to go and get this punt away. Looks like the Jaguars have Cooper Reichenberg, the wide receiver, back to take this punt. He's got his heels on the 10, and it's a high punch straight up. Look out. And that's going to bounce backwards to the 37-yard line. Not a good punt for Downing there. It went straight up, hit the ground, and spun straight back. So field position advantage, Jaguars.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Scott Riddle comes out with a big body play like he did before, straight up the middle, just clocking everybody.
Right, so you're excited to see Scott and what he can do with the offense here this drive. All right, so it is number 2, Scott Riddle back out for the Jaguars.
I think you said Colin Klein, and I'm just like, this is my new favorite person now. So.
He's a big kid. He's 6 feet tall, 193 pounds, just a sophomore. Takes the snap. It's going to be a run right to Abe Lawrence. Got a little bit of room, but the Stags swarm. Might have picked up a yard there for Lawrence.
He moved forward. It's good.
Moving the ball forward. Lawrence has run hard tonight. He's been the bright spot of this Jaguars offense tonight. Now Riddle's got trips to the near side, a receiver split right and a single back. He's going to take the snap, give it off to Lawrence.
Helmet's coming off.
We got a helmet flying, and it looked like Colin Williams on the play in there for the Stags. A lot of Stags in there blowing up that play. Jaguars stay no huddle as they have all night. Huddler split wide to the near side. Riddle looking to his coaches for the plays, barks out the signal to the offensive line. It's going to be another run to the left. On 3rd and 12, that's going to be well short of the first down. The Jaguars might just be running some clock here now.
Makes sense.
So it's going to bring up 4th and 10. Jaguars in punt formation. Stags back to return the kick. And a kind of a rugby-style punt there, rolling to his left. One of his better punts of the night. Up to the Stags' 42-yard line, and that's where the Stags will take over with 8:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. 49-7, Stags lead.
On A10 Varsity.
On A10 Varsity.
There you go.
We're so glad all of you could join us tonight. Listen to the game. Because it's football season.
It is, and I think this is the perfect weather to get out there and just really embrace all football. I have to give it to the fans. They're out here no matter what. They got the umbrellas, ponchos, everything, but they're still here cheering on their teams.
Yeah, football's back, and you see a lot of umbrellas to stay dry out here, sweatshirts, a lot of dedication from a lot of Blue Valley West fans here. The Stags are well represented, and everyone's just happy to have football back. We've got an update from the Blue Valley North versus... Oh, and we have an interception before I get to that. And the Jaguars make a play. Intercepted at the 30-yard line, and that'll be Jaguars' ball. So, looks like Dorsey makes his first mistake of the night. Stags with their second turnover, second interception for the Jaguars. And just like that, Jaguars got the ball back. And where I was going with that is we had a score update from Blue Valley North and Blue Valley. The Blue Valley North Mustangs trail 14-18 to the Tigers right now. Nothing going there for the Jaguars. Plays blown dead, forward progress. Looks like they got a new running back in there for the Jaguars. It looks like Sam Kirk, the sophomore, 5'10", 159 pounds, in the backfield now for the Jaguars. And Scott's been handing the ball off, but Gat, I think you and I would like to see him, let him open it up a little bit.
Let him free.
7:28 left to go in the game. 2nd and 10 for the Jaguars. Fourth quarter. Play action. Riddle's got a man over the middle. It's going to be a gain of about 5. Look like Cooper Reichenberg with the catch there. And Gat, that's what you like to see for the sophomore quarterback. Get himself in third and manageable.
I have full faith.
All right, let's see what the Jaguars come up with. Scott Riddle in shotgun. Barks the signal, takes the snap. He's going up top. He's got a man. Oh, and it's just off his fingertips on the far side. Now, he's pretty far away. That looked like Hudler out there, though.
Yeah.
That is 88. That was Hudler, was the intended receiver. Outstretched arms just off the fingertips. But Riddle put a good ball out there.
He really did. And that was a gutsy move. And, sometimes you don't always hit your target, but you keep trying.
Yeah, 3rd and 5, taking a shot down the field. With the score the way it is, why not take a shot? They don't pick up the first down, though. And now they're going to have to punt. So we're going to see the rugby-style punter as we had a few Jaguars run on the field late, and that punt was not great. Another good roll, though.
Saw some flags back there.
Saw some flags. The Jaguars were sending some players on the field late, and that whole sequence didn't go well. I think the Stags are going to decline this one, though. So the Stags decline the illegal motion penalty and are going to take over with 6:26 remaining in the ball game. 49-7, Stags. Stags turned it over on the last possession. They threw an interception. The second turnover for the Stags of the day. And we'll see with just 6 minutes remaining who they run out there. It looks like we might have a new quarterback checking into the game. That looks like Harrison Broadus, the sophomore, 5'9" for the Stags, is checked in. He's going to give it off. Josh Conklin, he was like a steamroller going downhill.
He really was.
Good lean forward. Good run by Conklin there. Conklin, just a sophomore, getting some reps with the varsity squad. Conklin remains in the game. Near Bradis, the new quarterback in for the Stags. 1st and 10, a run play. Another good hole and a good run.
And a good showing by the Jags defense.
Jags defense stuffed it up. Gain of 6 on the play. 2nd and 4, we'll call it. 5:40 ticking off the clock. Broadus runs over to Holmes to get the play. Jogs back. The Stags are now huddling. Play clock at 15, letting it tick down. Just over 5 minutes left to go here in the fourth. Broadus hands the ball off. And a great play by a Jaguar defender. That was Sam Kirk on the play. Busting through the backfield. Great play by Sam Kirk there, disrupting things. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Stags. Looking forward, we have the Stags taking on Mill Valley next week. And then the Blue Valley West Jaguars will be taking on St. James Academy. Looks near side. Through the hands of his intended target. That was Jake Ryan. Jake Ryan couldn't haul that one in. A good throw, though, by Bradis, the sophomore.
And this is the point in the game where you can really teach your younger players a lot of good lessons about sportsmanship, following through, and still playing all snaps and not just giving up. So it's definitely a lesson that Blue Valley West is building on.
Yeah, you want to make sure. And that play on 4th and 4 is thwarted by the Jaguars defense. He goes nowhere on the quarterback keeper, slammed to the ground. And that's where the Jaguars will take over. But, Gat, like you were saying, yeah, some valuable lessons. You want a team to have an attitude of playing all 4 quarters, finishing through the whistle on every play. And that doesn't stop no matter what the score is.
Exactly.
That character.
That character building.
We talked about it tonight. It is a thing.
You got to play with a chip on your shoulder. Not too big of a chip, but enough.
You got to. The give is to the right. Tries to bounce it outside. The Stags are there and force him out after a short gain. Look like Marquis Crable with the carry, the junior checking in at running back.
You've been in the Jag spots before where, you're losing to a very big, powerful team and it's late in the game. What's your mindset at this point? And that went nowhere.
A little miscommunication again by the running back and quarterback. But the mindset is just to keep playing hard. Now, we've talked a lot about my losses, I feel like.
What about your great victories?
I did win some games, too, out here for the Stags, okay? So it wasn't all bad. I did build some character out there, but we had things rolling. We had Alex Cecina receiving for 1,000 yards for the first time as a Stag. First time any Stag did it. We won some games. Won a district championship.
No big deal.
Humble brag.
You're talking to the same person that was on a basketball team for 3 years that never won a game.
Okay.
So, I'm just saying that because nobody knows of the Red Hots. Now they do.
Okay.
But
now they know about the Red Hots. That's why you have so much character.
Exactly.
A lot of character.
That's what you build on.
We've got 4th and 17, and the Jaguars are going to punt here. High snap, gets it.
The lefty boots another end-over-end short kick, lands at about the 50, gets another good roll, and might go all the way to the 40 at the 41. And that's where the Stags are going to take over with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go here. The Stags have this one wrapped up.
But talk about an exciting game over at Blue Valley and Blue Valley North. That seems to be going back and forth quite a bit.
That's a big game. The EKL is I think it's the toughest league in all of Kansas. You have state champions at the 4A level, at the 5A level, at the 6A level. No other conference can say that, and that's what makes the EKL so tough. And speaking of that game, the Tigers of Blue Valley are leading 25-20 over the Mustangs of Blue Valley North. That'll have big implications, I'm sure.
Definitely.
For whoever is going to win the EKL. Stags have it at 2nd and 2, an 8-yard gain on first down. Harrison Broadus still in the game, the sophomore. And we're probably just going to see the Stags run the ball from here on out. If they pick up a first down, we might see them go to a knee. Toss sweep to the left, cuts it up, and it looks like he's going to get the first down. That was Conklin again. Picks up about 4 and the first down. Josh Krokenmeyer of the Blue Valley West Jaguars has to be pleased with the effort of his team in the second half, holding the Stags scoreless. And that's tough to do.
It really is.
One touchdown in the second half only. So that's something to build on for Coach.
There have definitely been glimmers from Jags that you can see that they have learned.
Yep, they have. And just looking at the roster, they seem to be a young team still. Young quarterbacks, the brothers Riddle. So now the time is ticking down off the clock. The Stags are going to go to 2-0, and the Jaguars will fall to 0-2 to start the season. A good showing by the Stags on both sides of the ball tonight, and they were just too much for the Jaguars to handle tonight. Under a minute to play now. And we'll see what the Stags decide to do here as the clock ticks below 60 seconds. That'd be a big upset for Blue Valley North falling 0-2, state champion falling 0-2. Miege obviously 2-0 in the driver's seat. Going to pick up their 27th victory of consecutive victory. That's a ridiculous streak. That's a heck of a streak. And yeah, while the Mustangs do fall to 0-2, it all comes down to district play. You love to win the EKL, but it all comes down to the district play. So that's going to be the final 49-7. The Stags are going to win as the time ticks off the clock and the teams go to shake hands at midfield. We've had a lot of fun here tonight watching some great high school football between the Stags and the Jaguars.
I think we're going to go dry off, right?
Yeah.
We're going to go figure that out.
Plan.
Awesome, man. Thanks, guys. Great job tonight. Appreciate it. For 810 Varsity, we're going to sign off. 49-7, your final here from Bishop Miege. Have a great night.